So this is going to be my Fire Samurai build, and I've always seen people using Blood Flame blades, so I thought I would give it a try, and so far, I'm having a really fun time with it, and I think you guys will too. Let's talk about it. So this is going to be my level 150 playthrough, and it is going to be my first time experiencing Blood Flame. I had never used this before, and all over my TikTok and my YouTube, you guys have all been saying things about Blood Flame blades, so we are going to try that out with this build. I like the idea of the Fiery Samurai build. I've done a Samurai build in the past, but this is going to be a little bit different because I'm mixing in some fire incantations on top of Blood Flame blade. So this is going to be something brand new for me, and I'm really excited to get into it. The setup we're going to be rocking with this build is going to be the Uchigatana with the double slash Ash of War on it. This is going to help us proc that blood loss really quick, but this isn't exactly a blood loss build. This is more of a fire build that has some blood loss accompanied with it. So we're not going to be really focusing on the blood loss, but it is there, and we do have some talismans that are going to help us out with that damage. The Uchigatana is going to have a physical damage of 252 plus 286, and it's going to have a strength scaling of E and a dex scaling of A. If you want to wield this weapon, you can wield it right at the beginning of the game with strength at 11 and dexterity at 15, and you can find this weapon in the Death Touch Catacombs in Stormhill within Limgrave. As stated before, the Uchi has blood loss buildup at 45, and Blood Flame Blade is only going to make this a lot better. Accompanying this weapon with the double slash Ash of War is a really amazing combo. It will allow you to get your Blood Flame Blade incantation to get procced so quickly that you can continually proc it over and over and over again, and it is so freaking broken. I absolutely love it. How this works is you get a hemorrhage proc on your enemy, and the flame from Blood Flame will continually build up more blood loss until you get another hemorrhage, and it just repeats itself. If you want to find the double slash Ash of War for yourself, all you need to do is go into Caelid into Celia, and when you're traversing the rooftops in Celia, there's going to be a branch that you can jump onto, and there is a scarab. Kill that scarab and you will get this Ash of War. So moving on to the talismans here, we're going to have a great synergizing group of talismans that are going to work out really well for this build and overall going to provide you with a great deal of fun and ease as you go through this game. The first talisman in our number 1 slot is going to be the Winged Sword Insignia, and this is going to raise your attack power for successive attacks. So the more attacks you hit, the more attack power you're going to get, capping out at 10% extra attack power, which is really great. Now, if you do want a bigger attack power boost and you're watching this video and you're on New Game Plus, then the Millicent's Prosthesis or the Rotten Winged Sword Insignia is going to be better for you, but if you're playing through the first time, the Winged Sword Insignia is going to carry you through the beginning, middle, and a little bit of the end game just to get you that extra attack power boost, and that is a really phenomenal talisman to use, especially with katanas or weapons you're going to be hitting really, really quickly against the enemy. The next talisman that we're going to be using is the Fire Scorpion Charm. This is going to raise our fire attack by 12%, but it's going to increase our damage negation by 10%. So we're going to take a little bit more damage, but we're also going to do more damage with our fire attacks, and considering we're using some flame incantations and we have Blood Flame Blade, this is going to boost that as well, causing us to do more damage, which is exactly what you want. The next talisman we have in talisman slot number 3 is going to be the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. This is going to cause any blood loss in the vicinity to spike your attack power by 20%. Now, I haven't gotten to the armor yet, but I'm not using the white mask because I hate how it looks. However, if you want an extra 10% attack power boost, put the white mask on. Anytime blood loss in the vicinity happens, you're going to get a 30% increase in your attack power, which is going to make you do a ton more damage. Now, for our talisman slot number 4, this is definitely a quality of life talisman and is going to allow you to take a lot less damage going through the game. We have the Dragon Crest Great Shield talisman, which is going to enormously boost our physical damage negation. Now, the reason I chose this talisman is because we are taking more damage with the Fire Scorpion Charm, and I wanted to negate some of that because you are in the fray with this build a lot, and the armor that I'm using does not get me to the 51 poise, so you're going to take a little bit more damage overall, but this talisman is really going to help you stay alive for longer, and it's a fantastic quality of life talisman. If you want to get any one of these talismans, the Winged Sword Insignia is going to be in Stillwater Cave, dropped by the Clean Rot Knight. It's the first dungeon you get to in Liurnia of the Lakes, and I'll just go ahead and mark that on the map for you right here. The Fire Scorpion Charm is going to be found in Mount Gelmir in Fort Lead. The Lord of Blood's Exaltation is going to be found in the Lindell Catacombs within the capital after you kill the final boss, and I'll mark that right here on the map for you as well. And then the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman is actually going to be located in the Halig Tree at the end of the game, right next to the Brace of the Halig Tree Site of Grace, as you can see right here. Now, as far as your flask goes, you're going to be using the Thorny Crack tier, which is going to temporarily boost the successive attacks that you do. So by the time you hit 3 successive attacks with this tier equipped, you are going to be doing 20% increased attack power, which is incredibly nice for your damage. And then the Flame Shrouding Crack tier, which is going to temporarily boost our fire attacks by 20%. This is going to stack with the Fire Scorpion Charm, thus considerably buffing all of our Blood Flame Blade and fire incantations. And the last thing we're going to go over here before we get into what incantations we're using and how they work work is the armor. So I've put together an armor set that I think looks absolutely phenomenal, and here are the pieces of it. The first is going to be the Okina mask, which you're going to get from Okina's invasion in the Church of Repose, and this is going to provide you with some extra dexterity. It's going to give you +3 dexterity, which is really nice, and it helps us do a little bit more physical damage because we're still scaling well with dexterity at 63. The next 2 items are from the exact same set. It's going to be the Bloodhound Knight armor and the Bloodhound Knight gauntlets. These go extraordinarily well with this entire set, making it look incredible. And then the last piece is the Nox Greaves. The 2 pieces of the Bloodhound Knight set can be found in the Glimmer Hero's grave once you kill the Bloodhound Knight that's there, and then the Nox Greaves are just dropped from the monks and sorceresses in Noxtella. Now, the incantations that I'm using for this build are very basic, and I don't use them a ton. They're more of an accent to the entire build, but Flame Grant Me Strength is going to allow you to get that 20% physical damage plus 20% attack power to fire attacks, which is super awesome. And then the Blood Flame Blade, obviously, which this entire build is built around, is going to be activating Blood Flame on our weapon, allowing it to get that on our enemies. Then the other 3 incantations we're using is O Flame, which is just a momentary spark from your hand that's going to knock enemies back real quick. Then Surge O Flame, which allows you to kind of do some crowd control, which is nice. And then Blood Flame Talons, which you saw a few times within this video, that just lacerates the air, and then Blood Flame explodes out of those lacerations, and it helps build up that Blood Flame even more. Hey guys, thank you so much for sticking around to the end. For those of you who did, my stats are going to be right here on the screen, so I appreciate it, and I thank you a ton. If you're not subscribed to the channel, feel free to hit that sub button, hit the bell notification so you can know when I'm making more videos. I would appreciate it tremendously. We are on the road to 10K right now, which is super exciting to me. I feel like we'll probably get there next month, which is absolutely wonderful. So thank you guys so much once again for watching the entire video. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next, and until next time, stay safe, enjoy the game, and I'll see you in the next one.